stage, Mike Zakarian.
Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to the NBA Bit. Good to be back after the internet said not so fast yesterday. That was incredible. That was incredible that the internet shut it down. But we're back here today. We're ready to go. Also, don't take for granted we get to hear Greg Dunbar's voice each and every morning when he welcomes us. You know, isn't that nice? We got Boston based in the chat. You love to see it. Luke Cornett. Yeah, tough scene for Patty Coyne. The common man's here. Yeah, there we go. We get some World Cup qualifying, right? Didn't Scotland get in as well, I think, right? Matic Otto Stubbs, the king of Splash Sports, is in the chat. Good to see everybody. Do me a favor. Like the stream if it's your first time joining us here at the NBA Bit. Subscribe. And also, we'll plug this again a little bit later, pinned it in the chat. I think this is day three of firing out Bagel with Locks there into the Substack universe where we're breaking down the slate tonight. It's focused on underdog, but we talk. There's some so rare takes in there, some DK, FanDuel, all the takes in there. And it's been fun. I got to tell you, it's taken up a little bit more time than I had intended. I was thinking it was, I'm already doing it. I'm already doing this breakdown. Let's just put it into words. And, it's getting me up a little bit earlier, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the process. We're trusting the process, even if it came in a bunch of L's. But, yeah, enjoying it. So go do me a favor, hit the little subby stack over there. We got a fun one today. We'll talk about last night's hoops, some injury stuff that is just sweeping the nation. First thing I want to do is we can't be having this. We need to have an honest conversation as a society, as a community. We got to stop this right now. We got to stop this. We got to let the people know. All right. Let's go over here. Okay, so Pat McAfee. I can't tell if McAfee's trolling here, or if this is an honest post. If this was an honest post here, and it is Pat McAfee in a sauna, and this is a trend that's now sweeping the nation here. So first it was today it was McAfee, and I believe Bill Simmons did one over the weekend as well. Where let's see if I can find it. His was with a shirt on, so I guess there's that. Let me see if I can. I thought I had that queued up. I guess I do not. His is with, here we go with it on. I just don't know. I don't know what we're doing here. We don't have to post these photos. I had to double check to make sure Overzet hadn't done it. I had to make sure he hadn't done it, and he hadn't, so we're okay. But let's stop this trend now. We can get in front of this. We don't have to be like this. All right? We used to be a community. We used to be a society. We got Magi Carpin here saying, remembered you were streaming since I have to unsub after every stream. Yeah, what was that guy's name? Seth? Was it a Seth? I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, I know. We got to stop it. Let's talk some hoops. You guys want to talk some basketball? The injury stuff is getting crazy. A rare underdog tweet win. Normally, they're just out there engagement farming. But they had a solid tweet there yesterday just to let us know. And for the podcast listeners, I'll read this out. But ready? These are the guys that are missing time right now. With injuries, not with rest. You got Giannis, Wemby, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Joel Embiid, Zion Williamson, Trae Young, John Morant, J-Dub, Paolo Banchero, Darius Garland, Jalen Green, Brandon Miller, Cam Thomas, Tyler Hero, OG Anunoby, Ivy, Brown, Dylan Harper, Castle, Neesmith, Kelly Oubre, Bradley Beal, Jordan Poole, Keegan Murray, Walker Kessler. Doesn't include the Tatum, Halliburton, Kyrie, Dame Time, Freddie Vans, and DeJounte. This is getting nuts. The Giannis report yesterday, right? He pulled a little peen. He's got a groin injury. Seems like he's going to be out a couple of weeks. Looks like. Although I could see a world where it's let's reevaluate in a couple of weeks, and then it's a couple of weeks more, because I imagine they're not going to want him to rush him back. Wemby's out a couple of weeks. Castle seems like it's more week to week than day to day. So the injury stuff sucks, man. And it's making for kind of wide open, Eastern Conference specifically. But yeah, Magi saying, I remember when ETR flipped Giannis to 101 in the double dribble. Not in this economy. Let's get into some of last night's stuff, man. Steph Steph Curry, pretty good at basketball. The Orlando Magic got a win, though. I had to tell you, man, the Magic, after like a really weird start, are at least playing better basketball. And I kind of think this was a bad loss for Golden State, who, their schedule's been tough, as Steve Kerr has gone out and said as much. Just like travel wise, it's been tough back to backs, and it is a little bit harder on them than everybody else. But for them to have Miami on the second night of the back-to-back, I really expected them to come out there and cook. And yeah, Magic, great question. It's the Magic seem to be playing a little bit better without Paolo Banchero right now. Desmond Bane has finally started knocking down shots. And so like Orlando gets this win. They're now 8-7. But even like the Houston game, right? They should have won that Houston Rockets game the other night when they found Şengün like with 1 second left, and he hit that little shot to send it into overtime before. And like, anyway, it was a wild ending to the game. But yeah, Bane was great last night. I mean, he had 23 points. He knocked down a couple of threes. He had 5 steals, 5 dimes and 6 boards. They got Jalen Suggs back too. And I mentioned this in the Substack, but Suggs, before missing the most recent game with the groin, had been creeping up to 30 minutes. And last night he played 32 minutes. Now I thought having Suggs back would slow down Steph Curry. And let's just, Steph Curry just quickly here, in 34 minutes had 34 points, point per minute guy. 34 points, 9 dimes, had 3 steals as well, and a few boards on top of it, 7 for 15. Jimmy Butler had 33, 7 and 4. He played 38 minutes. It's kind of interesting that he had the most minute guy. And then no Kuminga in this one as well. Trace Jackson Davis didn't get into the game. Neither did Santos and Spencer. But the Warriors fall to 9-7. For Orlando to get this game without Franz like cooking too. I mean, Franz had 18 points, 8 boards. Tristan da Silva, 15 points. I like da Silva's game. I'm a fan, man. Knocking down open shots. Just good, man. Just good at basketball. With all the injuries, every slate is going to be a Jokic slate. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. So this is a good win for Orlando. Again, they moved to 8-7. The Warriors, however, 9-7, and now we have to deal with them going to Miami. And if you look at the spread, which we'll do a deeper dive here later in the show, but the Warriors are 6.5 point underdogs tonight in Miami. Now they already ruled out, I believe, Horford and DeAnthony Melton. Draymond Green does not have a Q tag, but technically they don't have to file until later in the day. They did give Steph Curry a Q tag already. So I mean, one of Steph or Jimmy is not playing right now. Another question, this is Jimmy back to Miami, right? Although I recall when this happened last year, he was really bad, right? Didn't he have a bad return to Miami last year, statistically speaking? But they come back. They come back tonight, and I don't know. I mean, if you think Jimmy's got that petty dog in him, I think he plays, right? Kuminga, who's missed the last couple of games, DJP, yeah, he's got tendonitis in his knee right now, but also vibes are just awful. So I don't really know what to make of it. My guess is Steph sits. I'm assuming we get a late Q tag for Draymond. I mean, Al played 27 minutes, so we know he's not playing, right? So maybe we get some TJD tonight. I don't know. Warriors, though, I don't see Stan Loves in the chat. Stan, you come in here when the Warriors got to win, and you're like, hold that L, Zakarian, hold that L. Warriors are over 500. You say 38 Jimmy minutes, no shot. So you don't think he's playing tonight? You think we got no Jimmy? Is that what you're saying? I was going back and forth. I can't decide how petty he is. Because you're right. I mean, this is like we like to target Miami, man. And I guess if Kuminga goes, we could get there. But if you're saying Jimmy doesn't play, Draymond doesn't play, Steph doesn't play, wouldn't Miami be favored by like 9.5? I don't know. Maybe not. But if you're saying all 3 of those guys don't play and Kuminga doesn't play as well, maybe Podziemski and Moses Moody. Welcome to the 6th round. So anyways, good win for Magic, bad one for Golden State. This is a bad win for the Celtics. Celtics won this one 113-99. Shout out J Catch. J Catch was sitting They're winning over 47 games. LOL, want to bet? I don't know if I want to bet, Stan, because then I'm gonna have to bet some Top Shots with you. I see you running fantasy basketball leagues with Top Shot entry fees. Okay, I'm not out there for that. Stan, I'll bet you 25 cold hard dollars. Wait, but that wasn't their over. What was their over under? What was the over under at the beginning of the season? Was it 47? I'll tell whatever their projected over under was at the beginning of the season. That's what I'll take, because that's when you were talking yo shit, Stan. This was a bad win for Boston. But anyways, yeah, Jay Catch, our guy Justin Catchin from the 89 Cavs was sitting right behind Michael Porter Jr. Also saw Andrew DeSmooks from SNL was courtside. There you go. That's the Brooklyn celebrity scene there. This Jaylen Brown turned it over. All right, if it was 40, I'm going to fact check this. If it was 47 and a half at the beginning of the season, you're on, Stan. You're on. Yeah, dude, they turned look, it's just 8 fucking turnovers for Jaylen Brown, man. 8. Had 29 points, 4 dimes. Celtics were sloppy with it. Also, look at these fouls. Nemi, 5. Derek White, 3. Jordan Walsh, 4 fouls in 11 minutes, bro. This was just an ugly game, and it was close until the fourth quarter. But anyways, JB got his 29. Peyton Pritchard, 3 balls fallen. You know what I mean, again, this was small sample size when we were clowning on Pritchard, but the shot did look broken. And we kept highlighting it right there. I was like, dude, Pritchard's shooting he's shooting like 20% on volume. His 3-point percentage is all the way back up to 33%. So that was good to see. Also, quietly, Pritchard with 10 boards had a double-double, little dub for our guy Fast PP, 22, 10, and 5. The bench seems to be broken for Boston still. I mean, Luka Garza has been giving him minutes. Simons was, Hauser was. It seems like the Celtics cared about this game as much as I did, and that was not a lot. They came in a little sloppy and held on for the W. Boston's in this weird spot too. This is the first time this season, I believe, they're over 500 now. They're 8-7. They don't play again until Friday. I think they get Brooklyn on Friday. Actually, let's just look at their upcoming schedule, because it gets a little funky, I think. So they have Brooklyn on Friday, and then I want to say they have Orlando on Sunday, right? So yeah, Brooklyn, Orlando, and then it's Detroit, Minnesota, Cleveland, New York. So they need to scoop these wins while they can, because I know vibes might be good. We're like, woo, 8-7. Maybe they're 9-7 after Friday. But then shit's going to get scary here. We'll have to see. Oh, TK's in the chat. Let's go. It should be the Warriors line. It's the Warriors line, not the Heat line. Yeah, Jay, we're going to, and you know what, TK? It's coming back. Yeah, the Luke Cornett stuff was tough, boys and girls. Let's do Detroit basketball first, though, because the Pistons vibes could not be higher.
Detroit basketball! Detroit basketball! You
All right, so if you guys are not subscribed to the Substack here, if you're not subscribed to the Substack, I want to show you something that we did yesterday. Because again, you might not have seen this. You might not have seen this because the internet was broken. But we broke this game down a little bit on Denny Day, which proved not to be Denny Day. So we have plenty of L's in this Substack as well. But I'm just going to highlight this quickly here, because this was like a fun process breakdown if we scroll to the Detroit game. So I was really confused by the line the whole day. The whole day was very confusing because it just kept going back and forth, 1.5 one way, 1.5 the other way. But we decided, I said, as of right now, I was playing this game that Cade sat yesterday because the Pistons thought they could get a dub against the Pacers without Cade, which they did, and that he'd be good to go for tonight. If Cade is in fact playing and all of those Hawks were out, they'd be favored by much more than 1.5. I'm playing it as follows: Risa Shea out, Porzingis out, Onyeka in. And that was fun. That was exactly what we got. However, I played Cade out all day long. I didn't draft Cade. I drafted Jenkins. I drafted a lot of Duren. Now, that ended up not being the thing that buried me, but there was plenty of second-round Cade that was out there throughout the day, and I just felt like an idiot. But the Pistons, man, are good at basketball. Atlanta made this close late. It seemed like this game had sailed away. on Atlanta, and Atlanta made a little bit of a push there. I thought it was interesting. Jenkins got the start over Asar Thompson, who did play 24 minutes. So I don't know if they're just like, I was very surprised by that. Maybe it's Thompson's first game back. Maybe it was matchup related. I don't really know, but was surprised to see, even if he was on a minute restriction. I thought Asar would start. But anyways, Cade in his first game back played 34 minutes. He had 25 and 10 along with 6 boards. Duran finished with 24 and 8. He got a lot of stuff. He got a lot of love there down the stretch where they kept fouling him. He got to the line 11 times. Beef Stew got 13. D-Rob got 14. And then just a smattering on the bench. But the Pistons are 13 and 2. A-Town down on Onyeka. He had a ton of turnovers early, finished the game with 21 and 3. 1 rebound is kind of wild. To only have 1 board when you're the big boy. Jalen Johnson continues to be incredible. He had 25, 9, and 8 in this one with 4 stocks. Nas been playing good hoops too. Our Zag plant of the day yesterday was Vit Krejci. I probably had like 5% Vit, and I still like he played 36 minutes. He just didn't do shit. But we got the minute call right anyways. And then Dyson Daniels, just normal 4 stock stuff from him. Good win for Detroit. I just think Detroit's awesome. Atlanta is still funky with this Porzingis stuff. He's now missed 3 games in a row, I think. We'll have to wait and see if there's like real buzz around him come the trade deadline. I don't really know. I don't really understand the reporting there unless they're just like, hey, we're fine. Shout out Ja Morant. They're like, we're fine in the East. We don't really need it. But I still think you'd be better off with them unless they already know we're not going to bring him back next year. So let's go get something for him. But where does he go if he goes? What about Chicago? Could we get the Zanger to Chicago? I feel like that would be kind of fun. I like the Bulls, man. We didn't talk about this, but just real quick, shout out Chicago. All right. They play an overtime game in Utah and they lose. And then the most brutal back-to-back is then going to Denver for the next game. They're like double-digit dogs on the road. That was Giddey's first game back after rolling his ankle when DeAndre Hunter broke him. Kobe White didn't play in this game, even though he had come back the night before for the Jazz. And they beat Denver. Just really good stuff. Good stuff from Chicago. Denver really too. Like, what are you doing, bro? The Grizzlies and the Spurs, man, this game. Jaren Jackson Jr., 33 minutes, 18 and 6, dude. Listen, I don't care. Don't let me do this again. We're never drafting Jaren Jackson Jr. again unless it's a 1-game slate. And we're not calling him Triple J anymore. Jaime Jaquez Jr. is the Triple J. You have lost that nickname. All right. Jaime Jaquez is here. He took Spo's wife, and now he's taking Triple J's nickname. It's done. Good news is Cedric Howard looked fun. He had 19 and 11 in 26 minutes. He only played like 12 minutes in the first half, and I thought that was really weird. And I was like, why do they hate this man? The second half, they let him go. Edey, right around 25 minutes still. He had 8 and 11. That's a bright spot. This team sucks. Luke Cornett played 25 minutes and 1 shot attempt. Lukey, baby. I think Luke sold a lot of lineups last night. Yeah, you're free, TK. You're free of this. Yeah, he had 20 fantasy points at half. And then just shut it down, man. The vibes are just brutal. There. Fox had 26 points. He's going to have to be the engine here the rest of the way. You want to know who else got 20 points, and you might be hesitant right now. You might not want to get involved in this, but somebody else had 20 points last night for the San Antonio Spurs. So unlike the Dort report, when I tell you to turn your headphones down, turn my headphones up because it is time. Let's go from the beginning. Hold on. We're from the beginning. You're not going to miss a single beat drop of this banger. Harrison Barnes, north of 20 points last night in the Spurs win.
Same hands that work the pain, same hands I fold in prayer. 12 years and I'm still learning what it means to really care.
Come on, Harry.
They see me on the court at night, but that ain't all I am.
No, sir.
From Ames to San Antonio, trying to serve a bigger plan.
Hands in the chat.
These hands that give These hands that live more than buckets, more than wind.
Come on.
These hands that give, these hands
Remember,
that
these
reach
children want to live.
to every child that needs to live.
Every child that needs to
That's
live.
the real
Take
gift.
him to church, Black Falcon. Oh, man. It's just incredible, dude. Harry Barnes staying in the zeitgeist. Oh, man. It's incredible stuff. Incredible stuff from our guy Harrison Barnes. But yeah, good dub for the Spurs. Grizzlies vibes. I mean, we need to update the bad vibe ranks, right? I think it's time to update them. So, and the Grizzlies and Kings. The Grizzlies and Kings, like Spider-Man meme right now, right? Just God, the vibes suck. Pelicans are like, hey, I'm right there too. But yeah, anyways, Spurs Champagny moved into the starting lineup. Stan Loves, rare W for Stan Loves in the chat. He called big body Keldon having a game. He had 18 and 7, but where the Sohan played 22 minutes. That's a good win for the Spurs, man, who like tripped up a little bit. Oh, T-Cage, there we go. Ripping drafts before your Vegas flight. Hell yeah. Where are you staying while you're out there, T-Cage? But yeah, 10-4 for the Spurs, 4-11 for the Grizzlies. I don't know. That's already too much time. Oh, I can't believe we didn't lead with this Return of the King. LeBron and the Lakers get a W in Utah. LeBron played 30 minutes in his return. Looked a little rusty for sure. I was surprised. I thought 30 minutes was high, man. I thought it was going to, horseshoe, respect. I thought 30 minutes was high. I thought he was going to be in like that 24 to 26 range. He had 11 and 12. It was dominating night. Got that right in the Underdog app, but that was it. He had 20 points and 14 boards in this one. Let's do a Luka Magic drop. Bro had 37, 10, and 8. Let's do a little Luka love here. Where is it? Luka Magic. It's crazy that he shot 50% from the field, but then 20% from three, 2 for 10 from three. Gets to the line 16 times. He had 4 steals too. I'm sorry. He had 37, 10, and 5, had 8 turnovers. For those nervous about Austin Reeves not being able to get it done with LeBron back, he still had 26 and 5. And look at that efficiency, 7 for 11. Laravia gave him 16 off the bench. That was good to see. Good win. Magi said Luka was great, but we really need to shout out LeBron for being big enough to reduce his role for him. There we go. Also, can I listen, you guys know I'm in the bag for this guy. Keontae George is awesome. He is awesome. He single-handedly kept this game fun in the first half, man. 13 for 23 in this game, was just cooking. I think he hit all those threes in the first, maybe 34 and 8 with 4 turnovers. It was good. DJP was saying back to the Spurs. Is Fox still a mega? Yeah, if it's 35 cap. Yeah. I mean, Wemby's not going to be back. I'm assuming Castle's not going to be back. And even if Castle's back, Fox is still a smash. Yeah. Yusuf Nurkic had 10, 10, and 6. Lowry with 31. But yeah, man, I'm just here for the Keontae. Keontae's awesome. TK said LeBron's minutes seem normal, by the way. Didn't play the last 5 because of the blowout, but easily was on pace for 30 plus. Yeah, it's good to know. Yeah, I mean, Lakers, it's crazy the Lakers are gonna be back. Are doing this well, and they're just getting him back. And then yeah, Mike saying Keontae hit some hard shots. Yeah, man, he was great. I really just like his game. I really do. I really like his game. So shout out Keontae, shout out Keynote. Jazz fall to 5-9, Lakers 11-4. And then the last game of the night that I fell asleep with my phone on my chest. Around halftime. I made it till halftime. The Blazers, it felt like the Blazers punted this game, and I know they're on a back-to-back against the Bulls tonight. Maybe they were just like, we can only win one of these. Let's take the Chicago game. I don't know. But the Suns, without Grayson Allen, this Suns team is feisty, man. They're 9-6 now, and they just, it reminds me of Chris Vernon used to talk about the Grizzlies like this, or other teams too. And his take was always just like, it's important when a team can play guys that don't suck. And that's kind of like what Phoenix is doing right now. Like Colin Gillespie comes in, he gives them good minutes, man. 19-6 and 28 minutes. Goodwin is like a solid rotation guy. Livers was out there playing all right. So some of them suck. But Booker, for them to get this win 127-110 with Booker just going 19-6, like pretty pedestrian night from him. Even Mark Will only 15. They just like consistently got to them. They got to their spots, and the Blazers just didn't have it. The Blazers without Jeremy, without Drew. I mean, it was a Klingon night. Klingon had 5 blocks, which is kind of fun. Shaedon Sharpe, 29 points, still whiffing on all threes. I had a fun underdog lineup that was running up the scoreboard, and then Klingon and Sharpe were both in it late, but then that game got shut down. Same thing in the crossover contest. We had a Booker lineup that was cooking, but man, yeah, Caleb Love too. I'm curious to see if Caleb Love is still going. Like, so he played 17 minutes last night, but if you bring back, I mean, I guess, I don't know, maybe it's Chris Murray too. If you bring back both Drew and Jeremy, I wonder how many minutes Love actually gets there. And as I mentioned, right, the Blazers now, they'll play tonight against, they'll play tonight. 32 minutes. What did I say? 32 what? Did I say 32 points? What did I do there? No, he scored 17 points. Oh, wait, sorry. The Caleb Love, 17 points. Sorry. I said that backwards. And mentally, I understood it. But yeah, I don't know. Have you heard of how the Suns bring back a legend to shoot a free throw pregame? Oh, hell yeah. Look at it. Hey, maybe we were too early on Matt Ishbia hate. Maybe Matt Ishbia is that guy. Anyways, but Blazers 6-8. Let's look at the standings here, because I mean, are we like overrating the West here a little bit? Outside, if you take OKC, Denver out of it, is like, I feel like, I don't know. Anyways, OKC's 14-1. We're just going to do this every single night or every single morning. We're just going to remind people, OKC, we are now 15 games into the season. Jalen Williams has yet to play a game, and they have lost one game. Like, what the hell? Then you got the Nuggets here, 10-3, Rockets 9-3, Lakers 11-4, Spurs are 10-4, and then it's like Timberwolves 9-5. The Suns are right there, 9-6. Warriors are 9-7, Blazers 6-8, Jazz 5-9, and then dude, like Clippers, Grizzlies, Mavericks, Kings, and Pelicans, just all dog shit, man. And like, do you think, like, I mean, I guess you could say the Clippers, or if the Mavs got healthy, one of these two teams will leapfrog Utah, right? Like, Utah's not going to be a 10 seed when we get back, when we're in April, right? Can't be. But like the rest of I mean, I think this is it. The top 9, I think all 9 of these teams are going to be in the playoffs. I don't see the Grizzlies finding their mojo. The Pelicans might as well go play the Harlem Globetrotters and just be the Washington Generals. The Kings, fuck, man. Kings might not win another game this year. But this is fun. Yeah, I'm not saying, I just think like, anyways, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying the West is bad. I just think it's a little bit closer than it is. Or then I think it's just, I think there's a little bit more parity in the West than the standings are telling us. But then when you looked at the Eastern Conference, the Pistons, man, 11 in a row, bro. Start the season 2-2. They've ripped off 11 straight dubs, with a handful of those, not including Cade Cunningham. Even Dern missed one of those games. The Cavs are 10-5. We'll look at this in a second. Bing Bong, 8-5. Raptors are 9-5. Raptors almost dropped the one to Charlotte the other night, and then had a strong fourth quarter. Brandon Ingram, man. I got to put Brandon Ingram a little bit of love for BI. Yeah, the Q tags are nuts here. But yeah, I think Cleveland is going to be, like, I think Detroit's legit. I think Cleveland's legit. I think the Knicks will be legit as they're battling injury stuff we'll talk about in a second. Sixers are just fun. I don't know if they're legit, but they're fun. A-Town down. The Atlanta Hawks are legit good. And I think there's going to be a lot of trade stuff that happens here. The Heat are 2 games over 500. Bulls are fun. And then Celtics and Magic. And the Bucks might be in a little bit of trouble here with Giannis missing a couple of weeks. It's like, good God, is that Ryan Rollins music? It's going to be a lot of Ryan Rollins. Let's see how annoying Miles Turner really is. That's what we're going to find out. Let's look at tonight's games because as T-Cage mentioned about the Q tags tonight, it's kind of wild. And again, I'm going to plug the Plug the Substack one more time if you haven't checked it out yet. It's the pinned chat. We broke down the slate tonight. I thought in a pretty solid way, considering it's still pretty early and all the Q tags we have. But let's do it. And let's start with this Golden State Miami game, since we had mentioned that already. So Heat are sick. Let's do a refresh. I just want to make sure in case we had some line shifting. The Heat culture here, they're favored by 6.5. So we mentioned Jimmy Butler returning to Miami, but maybe it doesn't matter. We have Steph Curry, who's already got a Q tag, and then Kuminga, who's queued up. Al Horford, Melton already ruled out. So I guess we're just saying no Steph. We're saying no Steph in this game. We're saying no Jimmy in this game. No Draymond in this game. So they're just going to punt this one. I would feel way more comfortable about that take if they won last night. Now, I'm sure they're a veteran team. They can, the long lens, whatever. They're probably not worried about a game in November, right? I just would feel better about that take if they lost last night and it wasn't against Miami. But the 6.5 point spread is telling us right now that at least two of these guys aren't playing. So let's just assume they're out. We'll assume they're out for now. Rockets and Cavs. I guess I was surprised to see that Houston was favored by 1.5 on the road. But looking at Cleveland, I guess it makes sense. They're still without Darius Garland. They've been playing like a little funky games. So I guess that makes sense. Imagine I was saying, yeah, Kerr before the game yesterday was complaining about their early schedule and all season so far. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I imagine we get that news early too. I would think. But anyways, yeah, I was kind of surprised that the Rockets were favored on the road. One thing I wanted to point out. So the Rockets are without Tyree Eason for a little bit, and I saw Jabari Smith Jr. has a Q tag, and I think if Jabari misses, Okogie, who has already been like flirting with the starting lineup, could be in there. But do you think we see more Steven Adams? Just in case that we have, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, right? The double big lineup. We know they're going to play a lot of minutes for Cleveland. Steven Adams played 27 minutes in their most recent game. So maybe we get some Steven Adams. I'm just throwing that out there because, Steven Adams in 28, 29 minutes is kind of fun. But something to keep in mind, KD's a little expensive today, but he's been on a heater the last couple of games. Amen Thompson is not expensive, and he's not been on a heater. I continue to draft Amen Thompson. I continue to get burned. Raptors here, 1.5 point faves against the 76ers. Very excited for this game from a fantasy perspective. Evergreen comment here, Scotty Barnes will go around pick 10 to 12. Brandon Ingram will go in the 5th round. The rest of the Raptors won't get drafted until projections come out. And then we'll see Emmanuel quickly. So I'm going to be getting to some of these Raptors in the 6th round. But my favorite take and the Zag plant of the day was Quentin Grimes. So this is the first game that we're going to see with Kelly Oubre being out and no Paul George. So Paul George is out. Embiid is doubtful, but they don't expect him to play tonight. So that's no PG, no Embiid. We know they don't have a damn big Bona, and they also are without Kelly Oubre. In the most recent game, and this was with Paul George. I might have said Paul Reed. This was with Paul George. Grimes played 34, 35 minutes, I think it was. Paul George played 21 minutes in his return. Honestly, too. PG looked good. But he played 21 minutes in his return. I imagine that gets spread around. This is revenge for Nick Nurse, PT Dubs. But McCain is in the G League right now. And so I imagine Grimes is going to play like 37 to 38 minutes. Andre Drummond is going to play like 34 to 36 minutes. Maxey, Edgecombe, like all those guys. And Maxey is the only 76er getting regularly drafted right now outside of Drummond a little bit in the 6th round. So Drummond and Grimes, I really, really like tonight. I like this game in general. I think this is going to be fun. Considering we have some massive spreads on teams that get drafted a lot, I kind of like these games here. I'm going to go the Hornets and Pacers next is another example, right, where the Hornets are favored by 1.5, but this is pretty much a pick'em since Vegas doesn't do pick'ems anymore. And in this one sneaky injury, so LaMelo has played 27 minutes in both games since returning. We can assume it's going to be around that 27 to 29 minute mark. I think he stays sub 30, but LaMelo in this environment, I think, can get there, so I'm fine clicking LaMelo. Miles Bridges, I'm going to continue to go to. Trey Mann is doubtful as well. So that gives a little bit of a boost to like the sex god, who I'm not going to draft, Con Knipple, but also I know Ryan Cockbrenner is not Jalen Duren. There's your hot take of the day. But the Pacers have just been getting cooked by big boys. And Cockbrenner's a big boy. He's got a big cock. I feel like he could be a really nice like pivot tonight. We're going to have so many Q tags that we're drafting in the 6th round. Ultimately, a bunch of them are going to get ruled out. I feel like you could get there. Power Duster saying, get your maxi games in now. Yeah, I mean, they're playing so many minutes. They're playing so many minutes. The Nick Nurse experience, baby. The Nick Nurse experience. I'm not going to do this. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm in the middle of something, DJP. Don't keep putting it in there. I'll come back to it. 2 of not. I don't want to pick either of them. I don't even want to pick either of them. Pirtle and Rudy. There you go. Warriors, we already did. Oh, wait, the Pacers side of stuff. Pacers side of stuff. So do we think Siakam can finally get to his ceiling here because they're playing another bad team? You know, another bad team. Could we get there? Could Siakam get there? All right, DJP. I was too salty because you put it in there twice. Jakob Pertl. The Washington stuff's tough, man. We'll get it. We'll get to that game. Washington stuff's tough. I don't know what to do with this game. But anyways, yeah. Let's go to I think Siakam could get there tonight. And also Nembhard isn't getting drafted. Benedict Mathurin came back. Mathurin looked fun. Looked fun in his return. Played 25 minutes. I imagine it's still in that range. I don't think we're drafting him yet. Just keep it on the radar. Okay, Wizards and Timberwolves. Timberwolves are 16.5-point favorites. One thing I want to just throw out there, Anthony Edwards had a kind of a down game against the Dallas Mavericks the other day. And normally he pounds these teams who suck. This is a different game environment than what Dallas was. So I expect Ant to cook. Alex Sarr is questionable for Washington. Brother, do you know who's starting if Alex Sarr doesn't play tonight? Marvin Bagley. Like, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. Think he's a write off this season. Super demoralized versus Raptors. Yeah, but I mean, they don't. That team just sucks. You're talking about Siakam. That team just sucks, man. I think it's hard to be like. They just don't have any bodies. Everybody's hurt. Season from hell. But yeah, back to the. I think we get a big Ant-Man game. This game's gonna suck. I'm not gonna watch this. Pelicans and Nuggets open at 13.5, up to 14.5. So we've got a couple games now with no Christian Brown, no Julian Strawther. They've both been ruled out tonight. Peyton Watson's been playing north of 30 minutes. That's fun. Fun for so rare. Don't think you can get there anywhere else. Zion is questionable again. If there's somebody else questionable, and Sadiq Bey. If Zion and Sadiq Bey both get ruled out, Derek Queen. We need both of them out, I think. I don't have Underdog pulled up. I think we need both of them out. But because that would open up, because Sadiq Bey's been starting and playing like major minutes, right? And Queen, the last couple of games here, Derek Queen has played still like 29 minutes, 25 minutes, 27 minutes. If Sadiq Bey's out, I bet we get close to 30, and it's going to be in blowout time. Like, he should play garbage time, right? I mean, ownership is going to tell Siakam to stick it out for half the season, give him a fake injury. Well, I know, but the Pacers also just like never, they never tank. They just don't do it. They don't tank. And yes, this is right. It's not close. Like the Beam and Josh Giddey. I was referencing a Josh Giddey joke I wrote in the blog. But Kings and OKC, 18.5-point spread. This is a football score. What are we doing? This is a football spread. Like a college football spread. 18.5. Sabonis has already been ruled out, which is terrible for my So Rare bags. Already ruled out. Russ is back in OKC. That's the only case you can make for Sacramento. But like Lou Dort's also back. I don't know. I'm not interested in this game, man. I'm not interested in this game. I don't know what to do with it. SGA's pick 2, I think. That's fine. I mean, the good news is SGA, whether he plays 20 minutes or 40 minutes, is going to get you 54 fantasy points. Chet Holmgren, whatever. Isaiah Hartenstein's getting drafted. I mean, he's cooking me. I'm not going to draft him again tonight. I'm not. All right? I'm not going to. And he's cooked me every single time. Bing bong. All right, so we had some line movement because this opened up at 4.5. It's down to 5.5. So the biggest question mark here is Brunson is questionable. OG Anunoby already ruled out, and I actually think this is a pretty important one because if Brunson is ruled out, I like Mikal Bridges a lot at his price point, at his price tag right now. I think it's fine. But if Brunson is in, I hate the Bridges price, even with OG out. That's too expensive. And I think Josh Hart is pretty fun if Brunson gets ruled out too, and he's somebody not getting drafted. Now, Brunson, before the Miami game, was seen doing he was getting some shots up on the court. So he seems to be healing a little bit faster. The one case that I would make for him not playing is unless you think revenge is important to Brunson, they don't play again until Saturday. They don't play again until Saturday against Orlando. And I wonder, I know they just lost to Miami in a weird-ass game, but I wonder if they're looking at the schedule being like, we can beat Dallas. Let's just let Brunson rest. Because, again, that's Thursday, Friday. So that's like a couple extra days off to, really get him right. I don't know. I feel like the Knicks should probably be favored by more, right? Because Dallas, we already know there's no Anthony Davis. They did get Daniel Gafford back and Derek Lively back for this game, but no AD. I don't know. Curious what the chat thinks. I think it's a true coin toss. Coin toss is fun. I think it's a true coin toss. I'm going to go ahead and say Brunson doesn't play. That's going to be my lean right now. He's falling to the late 5th and 6th round, which is kind of fun. But anyways, and then the last game of the night, the Bulls and the Blazers. This opened at 2.5 and is now a 3.5 point spread. Blazers are on a back-to-back. I think that's going to scare people. Not Zakarian. Denny only played 20-something minutes last night. If I go to the box score, here are the minutes. I messed up the minutes earlier because, remember, I said Caleb Love had 32 points. Tamani played 32 minutes. You had 25 from Chris Murray, 29 from Denny, 23 from Klingon, and just 30 from Shaedon Sharpe. I kind of think they're all good to go. So Drew Holiday and Jeremy Grant are both questionable. Drew Holiday's going in the 6th round. Your boy's going to be clicking because this is a great game. This is a great game. It's a close spread. It's the highest total by 9 points, I think, right? By 8 points. No, 7. So it goes 244.5 for Bulls Blazers, and then it's 237.5 for Wizard Timberwolves, but that's a fucking 2 touchdown spread, and then it's 236.5 for Hornets Pacers. So I think Drew Holiday is just an insane play here in the 6th round. I'm going to click him a bunch. I don't think he'd come back on a minute restriction. If he's back, I think he's back. And I'm going to just smash Denny again. All of those guys. Travel Addict. Yeah, we can pop over to So Rare here for a second. And then let's pop over to Underdog. I don't think I'm going to hit my streak tonight. This week, I think. So for those that don't follow along on the So Rare streets, if one of my 5 lineups that I built gets to 310, or 4 lineups, 310 points, we hit for 5K. And currently, I really needed Sabonis. That would have been fun. I also needed Fox to get there. He hasn't gotten there so far. Let's see where we're at. So we need to get to 310. Our this limited contender also needs to get to, what is it? Sorry guys, one sec. If we go back here, so I need to get to 310 for 5K, and then for 5K essence, we need to get to 200. Okay, so 310 and 200. If we go back over here, what the hell? Okay, so this contender here we need 52 more points. Barlow still got 2 games left. I think Josh Hart can get north of 30. So can Jaime. So that one's still alive. This one's not going to get there. This one's not getting to. That one's not happening. So this is my champion lineup. Luka got to 57. Jamal got to 58. That's the only Luka game we got. Jaren Jackson Jr. suck. Krejci suck. Onyeka suck. So this is probably not happening. This is maybe our best bet. So we need to get 112 more points. I need Brunson to be ruled out again, and then Clarkson to get up to 30. I need Fox to get to 50 in his next game. I need Ant-Man to get like to 65 plus tonight, and then I need Sabonis to play the second game. The other two lineups had Giannis in it, so those are cooked, which is too bad because we got a 55 out of JJ. This is my number one lineup here was Drummond, Cat, Giannis. Oh, no, that wasn't. That was my number two lineup. So it's probably not happening. It's probably not happening, unfortunately. Let's do a underdog draft and then we'll wrap up. We'll call it there. Yeah, 310 is a lot. 310 is a lot. Just a reminder, check out the pin chat. Go subscribe to the Substack if you haven't done that yet. I want to start messing around with that a little bit more and have some fun with it. NBA Bits here tomorrow and Friday, right? Tomorrow and Friday. Oh, let's change the backdrop. Let's change the backdrop. Do some drafting here. Let's do some drafting here. So we'll do this one, and then we will do. Let's see, where is it? This one? Nope, not that one. Which one is it? Did I delete it? No. There it is. Wait, what's going on? Did I delete it? Hold on. Sorry, guys. Is this maybe? Oh, wait. Is this the wrong backdrop? This is the wrong backdrop. There we go. I was like, what is going on? Bang. All right, there we go. Let's jump into one of these, and I'll kind of show you the ranks a little bit while we're in there. And this is at least what I'm doing the first. I did 10 drafts so far, but it seems like the consensus is that Jimmy isn't playing. Let me just show you my 6-round ranks right now. We got Drew Holiday there at 30. We're getting a lot of him. I didn't mention Kobe White. He played, how many minutes was it? 30 minutes in that overtime game against Utah. That's kind of fun. Drummond here, I got at 32. White played 37 minutes in that last game. This is a great spot. I like Quentin Grimes, Manuel Quickly, Nembhard. Sar's probably a good 6-round click. I don't know. Do you guys think Zion plays tonight? I've been struggling with that. Do you think we get some Zion tonight, or is Zion still dead? Is Zion still dead? I don't know. I would like to see Zion play basketball again. There'd be some vibes there for New Orleans. All right, we're picking out of the 5-hole. Let's throw the solver up here so you guys can see the process. I don't think we have a single Jokic share so far. Actually, let's just check that quickly. Let's see. What do we have a single Jokic share? No, we've got Towns, Goon, Maxey, SGA, Goon, Maxey, Towns, Giddey. This is like the third straight slate here where I've been like really light on the number one pick. I mean light. It's been 10 drafts, so we're pretty early here. But yeah, also I noticed the contest prize went down too. Yeah, he's been game time decision twice. Zion is good for 3 games, then back on the injured list. I hope not, man. We need Zion in our lives. We need a little Zion in our lives, you know? But yeah, NBA Bit the rest of the week. We'll have live before lock on Friday. I think that's it. Let's see what we got. Should we draft Harrison Barnes just to say he's hands? No, we won't. He's not on the slate. How are your best ball bags looking for season long? We get some really good ones. The Maxey Mitchell combos with Jokic have been pretty fun. The Zion stuff has been a bummer, and the Kawhi stuff has been a bummer. And on like Trey Murphy's been kind of a bummer, although he's been waking up a little bit lately. All right, so Goon going second. People are really scared of that SGA spread. I would happily take Cat. One of the things I've been doing, I've got Denny ahead of Donovan today. We're taking a lot of Denny. Again, 244.5 is so much, you know, and I wonder if people are scared of the back-to-back. So, Giddey falls. I would have liked, I think that you can make a case for Denny over Giddey. I'll take Giddey here though. We'll take Giddey there. You think Isaiah Jackson can get a double-double against Charlotte? No. Actually, no. I'm going to say no. But yeah, Weisberg, we were advancing somewhere around, I think, floating around between 30 and 40 plus teams at right now. Yeah, Brandon Miller's been tough, although it sounds like he returned to basketball activities. That's a good sign. Sounds like he returned to some basketball activities. That's good. Looking at plus minus historicals, that New York line pricing is around 50% for Brunson, spread around 7 with Brunson, and total jumps to like 233, 234. There you go. Thank you, Paid. So it looks like Vegas is trying to mid it. Yeah, I think I'm team he's not playing, but Brunson's a dog, man. Brunson's a dog. I just think if you're the Knicks, like you could beat Dallas without him. You could beat Dallas without him for one more game and then bring him. I mean, maybe because no OG too, they're scared about it, but wouldn't you rather just have him ready to go for Orlando? I think I would. I don't know. That's just me. LaMelo would be fun. Is LaMelo going to fall? We got to move Jimmy Butler down. So you see, I had him at 15 for a little bit because I was kind of excited about Jimmy Butler. But you're right, mate. You got the chat has swayed me that maybe the Jimmy stuff isn't as important. Brunson just has revenge in his heart. I don't know. He doesn't seem like that guy though. You know, he had Mark Cuban on the podcast for God's sakes. I will take Jamal Murray or Miles Bridges here. We'll fade Himmy. Let's hope Artrell does it. Glad everybody's just killing the clock here early this morning. All right, let's see. We'll throw Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray, again, somebody that never projects well, and the spread's massive, so you could have made a case to go to Miles Bridges. I do like Miles Bridges a lot tonight. I think people get scared of him because LaMelo's back and because he hits women. But in this close matchup against the Pacers, I'm kind of okay with it. You shouldn't hate Brunson more than he hates you. You should hate your ownership for not paying him. You went to a betting shop here in Poland. The VIG is 20%, 10 for the bookmaker and 10 for the government. Wow, 20%. Do you have to then pay a tax on it if you win? Because if you don't have to pay a tax on it if you win, I'm okay with it. Amen Thompson or Mikal Bridges? I think we do Amen, even though he's been burning me. And then Mikal Bridges or Shaedon Sharpe would be fun. Okay, no taxes. All right, then that's not bad. I mean, we got to do like a 30% tax, but only on winnings, though. That's true. That's kind of crazy. You pay the tax even if you lose. Although, no, you don't. No, you don't. The VIG. No, you don't. Yeah, the no tax thing is nice. Because you're saying that's like 10%, 10+% better than what we got. Maybe we all move to Poland. Maybe we move to Poland. Krakow. You lay 100 to win 80. Yeah, but so like that does suck, right? But then right. But then when we win, we got to pay 30% tax on it. You see what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, but then you don't have to pay the tax. You took the walk? Is this a joke? What's happening here, Boston Base? All right, Russell or Zion maybe, or Bam? Oh, we didn't even talk about Bam being questionable that much. Do you guys think Bam plays tonight? Do you think Bam plays? Or that spread I don't know. Because that'd be, man, sign me up for some scam out of bio in the 6th round, right? Yachty, Capone. All right. Maybe we just take Bam. The swaps are going to be nuts tonight. Look at these Q tags. Zion, Bam, Drew, Brunson, Steph, Jimmy, we are assuming. Your swaps are going to have to be Alex Sarr. Didn't even mention him. Let's take Bam. Let's take Bam. I normally, not centers against Golden State, but what if none of the centers are playing? Oh, it's an old meme? Okay. Sorry, guys. I am old. Also, you know what sucks? I have a 9:15 basketball game tonight. Come on. Let's just take some Drummond. I've been taking a lot of Drew Holiday there. Look at this team. Maxey, Drum Dog, Giddey, Jamal, Amen, and Bam. Easy. That's an easy 9K. An easy 9K. All right, gang. That's gonna do it. Sub to the bit. sub to the bit, sub to everything. Sub to everything. Also, should I just keep my head there? D Rose, yeah, great point. Who's going to Vegas next month? We know our guy T Cage is there. He's on his way right now. Yeah, we're gonna be. Yeah, you get taxed on everything, man. Taxed on everything. Everything. We're going to Vegas. Yeah, we'll be out there. I fly in December 12th. Going to be there for the weekend, and then the final on Tuesday. I get some fun plans too. Getting in Friday. I think I'm going to see Mr. Game Overzet, Peter Overzet out there on Friday. I think we're just crossing paths that night. So that'll be Friday. Saturday, we get the 2 semifinal games. Sunday, we get some foosball with my dad and my brother are going to be in town. That's going to be fun. So we're going to watch some football on Saturday, bounce around the Vegas area, maybe have a nice little dinner at Crack Shack with the gang. On Monday, we're getting some golf in as long as the weather cooperates. And then Tuesday, we get the finals. It's going to be a nice little day, nice little weekend. Excited. So if anybody else is going to be around, I know D Rose is going to be out there. Borland's going to be out there. Patty Coyne's going to be out there. It's going to be a good time. Looking forward to it. But that's going to do it for us here today. Sub to the channel, sub to the Substack, sub to your hearts. Sub to your hearts. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another NBA bit, as long as the internet allows us to do it. We out.